Drop back, take a break, get your thing and get Dion. He'll be wide open. Okay?
I've, coached these kids since they're little boys, man, and it's, but I'm proud of them, man. I'm proud of them because they fought.
Obviously, for our alumni, it's bragging rights.
Let's go put it down there. We're good.
It all comes down to this: fathers coaching sons, milestone moments, and state records shattered. Losing streaks stopped, and proud programs resurface.
We are head over heels to present Friday Night Lights, the award show, and it kicks off right now.
Good evening and welcome to this special extravaganza presentation of Friday Night Lights. I'm Scott Crowe.
And I'm Cole Johnson, and this is the FNL Award Show. And so big, we needed a whole half hour this time as we close the door on another prep football season. So with no time to waste, let's get right to our awards. That's what we're here for, isn't it? We begin in Yuma with our all-offensive team, and as if you had any doubt, Richard Stallworth taking the cake as the Yuma quarterback of the year. Another fantastic year through the air and one that allowed him to surpass multiple records on the school and state level. Stallworth just 74 yards shy of 4,000 for the second straight year and 52 touchdowns to top it off.
To the running backs, and from the Yuma Crims, Jesus Chuy Villaputa, the only Yuma running back to rush for over 1,000 yards in Yuma County.
On the other side of the telegraph pass, we highlight Antelope's Michael Hernandez. He led the Rams with nearly 500 yards, 468 to be exact, on the ground, and 7 touchdowns to his name as just a sophomore.
Also making the cut, another Michael, Gila Ridge's Michael Galaz. He also ran for nearly 500 yards. He had 6 scores. He also was the team's kicker and is featured in one of our promos along with Vanessa Gongora.
That's right. Now to our wide receivers. What a talented bunch here. We start with Braden Faber with Gila Ridge, maybe the best athlete on the Hawks team this year. He just received an offer to play at the next level at Finlandia University.
The next two hail from Yuma Catholic, and we expect them to be around for quite some time. Sophomore Daryl Coleman nearly had 800 yards. He also had 9 touchdowns. Rock senior Jay Seal Brown nearly amassed 700 yards and scored 10 touchdowns.
Yeah, the rise of the Yuma Criminals was aided by the play of senior Gio Robinson, 11 touchdowns. Junior quarterback Reggie Antone says that he just throws the ball up and Gio goes and gets it.
Also making the team, Cibola senior Isaiah Ariola. He burst on the scene last year, and in a new offense, he was the Raiders' offense. Nearly 500 yards on the ground, another 400 through the air to go with 10 scores. He can do it all.
He sure can, and none of this, though, happens without those big fellas up front. So we go to our offensive line guys. Cebola's Oliver Gonzalez, the big number 78, anchoring down the line of scrimmage for the Raiders.
Next up, from Gila Ridge, Junior Rodriguez. His name is Junior, but his play is big. An anchor this year for the Hawks, followed by Justin Skillings from the Kofa Kings. They snapped that 39-game losing streak. Head coach Pablo Cota calls this kid an outstanding lineman.
And sliding down the line again, these all in no particular order. Yuma Catholic's Trenton Bloomquist helping give Richard Stallworth time to work his magic in the pocket, rounding out this group. Back to Yuma Criminals and junior Jacob Campos leading the Crims both in school and on the field. Look at that chain gang. And now to the Imperial Valley offense. To the other side, Vincent Memorial's Jacobo Elias, a kid that came onto the scene as a sophomore. He elevated his game even more in 2022. Over 2,500 yards passing and 25 touchdowns, leading the Scots to a winning season.
To the running backs from the Central Spartans, Charlie Sullivan, over 1,300 yards, 19 touchdowns, all on the ground, along with 4 more scores receiving.
And we have a Yellow Jacket in the house. Yellow Jackets playing in a state game tonight. Marcus Macon, the only 2,000-yard rusher across our Imperial Valley teams, accounting for over 2,100 yards. And Scott, 30 touchdowns rushing.
And keeping the buzz from Blythe going, they call him X Xavier Bajarano. Part 2 of the most lethal rushing attack in Southern California. Macon and Bajarano combined for 60 total touchdowns between the two.
Now to the Imperial Valley League's leading rusher representing the Bulldogs of Calexico. There's Zeus Prades. Zeus got loose for 12 touchdowns, coming up with just 1 single yard shy of 1,400 on the year.
Last but not least, our water bug, the final 1,000-yard rusher in the Valley, Zephan Duarte from the Holtville Vikings, the senior tailback. just eclipsing that 1,000-yard barrier, adding 9 touchdowns.
And that leads us to our big bad wide receivers. The young sophomore who they call Bubba over in El Centro, Sergio Garcia, over 570 yards and 9th in Division II, adding some oomph to a already loaded skill position group.
Right behind him, his teammate Arturo Estrada, Mr. Artie, reeling in 27 catches for 446 yards. Should be fun to see these two back at it under head coach Ricky Pena next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Now to a guy on the other side of that bell game rivalry, which is classic this year, the Imperial Valley League's receiving yards leader, Mekhi Washington of the Brawley Wildcats. He reeled in 647 yards along with 7 touchdowns. He was the big bright spot and the #1 target for the Cats down the stretch.
Let's not leave out the kid coming from the Desert League, Vincent Memorial's Armando Apodaca, soaring above the rest with 820 yards receiving, 10 scores from Jacobo Elias.
And now our All-Imperial offensive line, starting off with Mario Arendado from Calexico. He was the dog of dogs up front, one of the most physical front sevens we've seen from Fernando Solano's Bulldog squad.
Brennan Havens of the Central Spartans, a senior under center, leading the charge for an offense that exploded and features several of our top skilled players of the year.
That's right. Now Austin Trevino, one of the many deserving offensive linemen from the Holtville Vikings, which featured a lethal rushing attack early on, and now across Evan Hughes Highway, the Tigers' big man, Jose Apodaca, one of the anchors on the Tigers' offensive line that gave to a tough offensive to stop when they were clicking. And next up, Carlos Gomez, playing right now, takes the stage. Gomez anchoring one of the best rushing attacks ever seen in San Diego section history.
Lastly, back to Vincent Memorial, the highly recommended Jesus Alonso Hurtado with a glowing review from his coaching staff and the work he did on the line both on offense and defense and tight end in some situations as well. Our show is packed with more gifts than Santa's sleigh.
Santa's sleigh, yeah, we're not done with all of our UMass Imperial teams. There's another side of the ball to get to, plus our teams of the year. Who would you vote for? See if we agree right after this quick timeout.
Ready, set, save! Don't get sacked by your current old vehicle. Score and drive away in a new Imperial Valley Hyundai today. Come in and check out Imperial Valley's premier Hyundai dealer for your vehicle service or your new ride. Come test out some of Hyundai's most exciting models, including the all-new Hyundai Santa Cruz. Feel confident with America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000 miles, and owner's assurance when you drive a new Hyundai. Visit our championship team for great selection, great service, great prices, and great people who care about you. Live in South and Central California. Experience the difference at Imperial Valley Hyundai. Visit ivyhyundai.com.
Aw, come on! Leftovers are for quitters! That's why the Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. And for a limited time, the more you buy, the more you save. Get $100 off every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Buy one Dr. Choice pillow for $69.99 and get the second one free. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the extended Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-959-0196. That's 1-800-959-0196 or visit getangelview.com. Order now.
Do you guys know that over 400,000 kids are in foster care right now? 400,000? Yep.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Come on.
Move out the way.
Donate your small talk.
I'm running back Marcus Macon, playing for the Palo Verde Yellow Jackets. And you're watching Friday Night Lights.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Lights finale, our award show. I'm Scott Gross alongside Cole Johnson.
And we passed out our individual honors for both Yuma and the Imperial Valley. And it's now time to present our team awards.
Which band of brothers made up of freshmen through seniors made the biggest impact in Yuma and in the Imperial Valley? Brawley, Yuma Catholic, Central, and Imperial were all in the conversation.
That's right, they were. We start in the Imperial Valley because I comes before Y. The winner for IVL Team of the Year is the Palo Verde Yellow Jackets. Wally Grant's squad felt slighted after winning the CIF San Diego Section Division 5 playoffs last year. They opened this year with a loss to Calexico in a wacky game, 14-13 in overtime. The game took place on 2 different days on 2 different football fields after a storm knocked the power out at Scott Field in Blythe. But since then, the Yellow Jackets rattled off 9 straight wins in the regular season, only to be seeded 7th in the CIF Division 4 playoffs. Still no respect, so the Jackets used the motivation to knock off the number 1, the 2, and 3 seeds on their way to the CIF Division 4 championship. So champions in back-to-back seasons and once again in the California State playoffs. Congratulations to Palo Verde Valley and our Imperial Valley Team of the Year. Now Scott Gross with the Yuma Team of the Year presentation.
That's right. Thanks, Cole. Yuma High School is the oldest high school in Yuma, dating back to 1909. The football program has a rich and deep history. However, the program hasn't made the playoffs since 1993. That nearly changed this year when the Criminals posted a 7-3 record. Yuma posted the most wins in a season since that 1993 season was 7. Ladies and gentlemen, your Yuma Team of the Year, the Yuma Criminals.
The long-storied Yuma Criminals football program hadn't had a winning season since 2009.
We haven't won in a while, and we don't win a lot.
The last time the Criminals won more than 3 games in a season was in 2013.
So, we all want to be football players. We all want to be winners here.
This year, the Criminals were led by a large senior class that for most of their time in high school were overlooked.
Coming in from freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, us seniors, we were always bottom of the totem pole. We weren't the strongest, we weren't the biggest, we weren't the best, but we were always together.
The Criminals strive to change the narrative from losing to winning, both on and off the field.
We wanted it to win for each other.
You can't take care of things in the class, you can't take care of things on the field.
However, the start of the season began like many others, with back-to-back losses to Dysart and Mojave.
It was tough. We spent a lot of time in the film room after that game.
Rather than fall back into the old losing habits,
Hey, finish it strong. Finish out 3. 1, 2, 3, finish!
After the loss, the first 2 losses, we couldn't handle it.
The Criminals changed their mentality.
Instead of bringing them down, we picked them up, helped them, and the kids that weren't so good at the beginning, they've gotten way better.
We're always talking to each other. We're always communicating. We're always building each other up. Like if somebody messes up a play, if somebody drops a pass, there's always somebody there to pick them up.
They put in the work for it, and they're just flat out sick of just getting the results that they got. So, like I said, a lot of credit goes to them. Putting in the work. I provided the opportunities. They bought in. They put the work in.
The wins followed with victories over Antelope and Kofa. At 2-2, the Criminals hit the road for a game that would change their season.
Kingman.
So when we get into Kingman, we realized that we're going up against a good team.
And that was really the turning point. We went up there, beat them 35-0.
So we just walked in there on their homecoming.
We're legit. We can compete with some good teams.
We were the better team. Everyone knew we were a better team.
With confidence at an all-time high.
I think a lot of it goes to, like I said, the staff and the relationships we build within our program. We try to be a family here. And like any family, we like to hang out with each other, so we're spending a lot of time. We're growing, and you become who you hang around most.
The Criminals finished the season winning 5 of their final 6 games, ending the season at 7-3, a fitting tribute to a former Yuma great, Curly Culp, who was immortalized during the year at Doane Field.
He was a dual sport athlete. He was amazing at wrestling, amazing at football. He's an inspiration. His jersey's actually right behind you. So every time we'd walk to practice at 5 a.m., we'd always see his jersey coming in. So after seeing Curly Culp on the top of the field, it was just pure inspiration.
I think it's awesome, just flat out for the school, the tradition, the alumni, getting to represent him and his legacy that he left here.
The Criminals' 7 wins are the most since 1993, and although they just missed the playoffs, this season will be one that will be forever remembered.
It means something to me because, Yuma High, we haven't been winning in a lot of sports for a little bit.
I just really love this team. I love this family. we worked so hard for that, so we all really appreciate that, and we'll always remember this team, and I'm pretty sure none of us will forget each other.
Again, congratulations to the Yuma Criminals. We've only just begun. Coming up, 12 more players get FNL recognition. We're unveiling our Swiss Army knife. Heart and Soul, Unsung Hero, Big Boy, Golden Toe, and Newcomer of the Year awards after this quick water break.
You're watching Friday Night Lights. Go, go, Kings!
The Internet of Things is evolving, creating the Internet of You. And Spectrum, America's leading internet provider, is bringing you seamless connectivity across all your devices. Introducing Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet with speeds of 300 megabits for smoother surfing, streaming, gaming, and more. Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy on all your devices. And one line of Spectrum Mobile with unlimited talk, text, and data and nationwide 5G included. Get it all for just $49.99 a month. Call 833-882-4999.
Your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
When you want the real deal, call Kathy Nutzi on Avenue B in Yuma.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
How do you open tough jar lids? Do you try this one? Or this one? Or how about this one?
Honey?
This is the future. Shouldn't there be a robot for this by now? There is. Introducing RoboTwist, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids. Just set it down, press the button, and watch it work. First, the RoboStrong vise locks down tight. Then the powerful twisting action unscrews the lid. RoboTwist is yours for the special introductory price of just $19.99. That's right, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids. All for just $19.99. Whether the jar is big or small, RoboTwist can open them all. Supplies are limited, so don't delay. Here's how to get yours today.
Call 1-800-347-9043. That's 1-800-347-9043. Or order online at buyrobotwist.com.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jacqueline Aguilar. Monday on Sunrise, more time in court for former President Trump's lawyers. A federal judge has rejected executive privilege claims in the Justice Department's investigation into the efforts to overturn the 2020 election, meaning they will have to testify again. Plus, the man who fired shots near Harvest Preparatory Academy Thursday will make his next court appearance Monday. Police say the 27-year-old fired a gun nearby and found him and arrested him before anyone was injured.
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights, the awards show. I'm Scott Crow.
And I'm Cole Johnson. Now to our awards, where we shine the lights on some of the players that do a lot of the dirty work. They don't get a lot of recognition. To our newcomers, though, yes, sir. Sir Stokes gets the nod after a stellar sophomore campaign for the Yuma Catholic Shamrocks, reeling in 41 catches, 654 yards, and 8 touchdowns.
To the Imperial Valley, Imperial Tiger freshman Rashad Robinson gets the ball on this one after rushing for 538 yards and 4 scores.
Yeah, he's quite the stud. Now to the Swift Army knife, as we like to call it. That's you, Mr. Manny Garcia of the Yuma Criminals, having another incredible year, doing it all for the Crims, second in receiving yards and touchdowns, while also getting all-region first-team honors for kick returning and defense.
To the Imperial Valley side, give it up for Danielle Camillo of the Brawley Wildcats, racking up 286 yards rushing, 229 receiving for the Cats. Dual threat. Now to our big horses out there. Yuma's Big Boy Award goes to Ethan Jakovich, representing the San Pasqual Warriors.
He's a big kid to take down. And you want a big boy from the Valley? How about 245 pounds on a 6'1 frame? Look at that. Jonathan Crow from the Palo Verde Yellow Jackets playing right now. Played a crucial part on both sides of the ball, racking up even over 800 yards rushing and 9 touchdowns of his own. And how about some love for the kickers? Our Golden Toe Award from Yuma goes out to Cibola Raiders' Isael Ibarra, who netted 31.9 yards per punt and earned first-team all-region punter in 6A West Valley this year.
In the Imperial Valley, Ethan Gonzalez striking gold, almost automatic in some spots. And get this, Gonzalez led the entire nation. That's right, the nation in punt average. That's on top of his 47 total kicking points. Next up, the unsung hero, Gila Ridge's Chase Carter was the definition of that in Yuma this year. The junior played any position he was asked by Coach Slaughter and called a hard-working young man by the entire coaching staff.
Yeah, and then look no further than Brawley's Brian Porras, the senior lineman committing to his team and the game of football. Brian has played almost 2 full seasons on a torn ACL. Coach John Self telling us he refused to get surgery until he played his last snap for the Wildcats. And to our Heart and Soul Awards, big props to Antelope's Esteban Gutierrez. Solid words of encouragement from coaches and peers across the board.
You can hear him everywhere across the field. When things were tough for a beaten-up Calipatria squad, it was Alex Fernandez who kept the team glued together with his relentless effort and attitude to fight through adversity on a one-win team. Santa's sleigh is getting a little lighter, but we still have some heavy lifting to do.
You sure do. Coming up, our defensive standouts that we haven't got to yet and our players of the year right after this quick timeout. And hey, for all of you, if you're waiting on some more awards, head on over to our website. We have some more waiting in the wings for those of you looking for that prize.
I'm Jerry Marquez, outside linebacker for Yuma Catholic High School, and you're watching Friday Night Lights.
Hi, I'm Todd Craig, Vice President, Senior Loan Officer, and Team Captain of the Todd Craig team at Nova Home Loans. Nova Home Loans has been committed to extending home ownership in Yuma for over 25 years.
Hola amigos, mi nombre es Jesús Espinosa, a loan officer at Nova Home Loans on the Todd Craig team.
Hi, I'm Jeff Womack, loan officer at Nova Home Loans on the Todd Craig team.
When you're ready to purchase a home or refinance your current home, please contact us. Our mission is simple.
Yes.
Come and see what everyone is talking about. If you're looking for a new Honda, then Imperial Valley Honda is the place for you. Come and check out Imperial Valley's Honda dealer for your vehicle service or your new ride. Browse one of the county's biggest inventories and choose from over 300 new vehicles. Great selection, great service, great prices, and great people who care about you. Serving South and Central California. Experience the difference at Imperial Valley Honda. Visit ibhonda.com.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Introducing the incredible NutriBlade knives. They're coated with granite stone non-stick and made of stainless steel, one of the hardest substances on earth. Now everyone can chop, slice, and dice just like a pro. The Easy Grip rubberized handles deliver incredible control and accuracy to chop salads in seconds and cut frozen solid meat with ease and get razor-thin slices every time. The non-stick surface means food slides right off, and they're dishwasher safe. Plus, they'll stay razor sharp, guaranteed. A complete set of chef knives can cost you hundreds, but today you can get this professional 6-piece set of NutriBlades for just $29.95. Order right now, and we'll even ship them to you free. Now get your own NutriBlade knives from Granite Stone, the last knives you'll ever buy.
Call 1-800-523-8431 or go to buyNutriBlade.com.
Introducing Stretch and Fresh Containers, the amazing food storage containers with stretch and fit lids that let you store more. Even the odd-shaped foods you couldn't put in containers before. Just stretch over the food and snap lock the lid to keep food fresh. That's it. It comes in the sizes you need to store all the foods you want with amazing storage capacity. And the containers nest for compact, stacked, space-saving storage. And right now, we'll double the offer and send a second set. Just pay a separate fee. Call now.
Sports, weeknights at 10 p.m. Sponsored only by Papa San Rice Bowl.
To be a champion, every great team needs a powerful offense and a strong defense.
Yeah, we brought you our offensive standouts. Now we turn our attention to the other side of the ball with our all-defensive team starting in Yuma.
Yeah, let's start with Cibola's Tristan Hall, a defensive end who got to the quarterback 8 times. He also had 55 tackles, multiple tackles for loss. Also the Raiders' Defensive Player of the Year.
Joining him is Gila Ridge senior Leonard Scaife. He led the Hawks with 4 sacks, 23 QB pressures, and 3 fumble recoveries.
A player that does the dirty work is Kofa Sebastian Gamez. He played every defensive snap, which shows how tough he is. The kid has heart, and that's what we love and coaches love.
Yeah, no, it's not to love about Yuma Catholic's Jackson Jones. The kid played with a broken hand, wrapped it with tape, and kept playing. The junior captain also had 17 sacks.
To the Yuma Criminals again, Timothy Nieto. He was the team's second leading tackler and gets high praise from head coach Bo Seibel. He also had 12 tackles for loss.
Speaking of high praise, that's all we hear about Yuma Catholic sophomore Rocky Stallworth and also senior Jared Marquez. Both tough as nails and can do so many things for the Shamrocks. Marquez also a huge piece of that Yuma Catholic offense as well.
Another Yuma criminal, John Emery. This guy does the dirty work on defense, and you also need the guy that brings that lunch pail week in and week out.
To Antelope and Andrew Aravallo. He was the region leader in tackles with 93. He added a sack and 2 picks, while also being named second team all-region kick returner.
Yuma Catholic's Logan Rush also makes the cut. He led the Rocks with 6 picks. The senior also caught 6 touchdowns on offense. Another player that can play on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And next, but certainly not least, is Cibola sophomore Jeremiah Polk. He led the Raiders with 3 picks. He also made second team for the West Valley region. And now let's turn our attention to the Imperial Valley. Brawley sophomore Matt Gutierrez, one of the Wildcats' defensive bookends. He's also a fantastic wrestler. The kid led the Wildcats with 15 sacks. Again, just a sophomore.
Next, Calexico senior Diego Gorola on the D-line, O-line. He does a lot of dirty work and help anchor that Bulldogs line.
And the Central Spartan senior Jacob De La Rosa with the hair finished second on the team, 7.5 sacks. He was also second on the team in QB hurries. He trailed his teammate, who also makes our list. Jared Martin led the Spartans in sacks with 15 to go, along with 13 QB pressures.
To Holtville and Vermin Velarde, he led the San Diego section in tackles for the second consecutive season. This year, 139. Next, we go to Calipatri and the Hornets' Frank Zendejas. Frank displayed heart on the gridiron and showed the younger players how to fight through adversity. Always love players with grit.
Love the grit. On the Brawley's Chris Camillo, the junior, averaged almost 8 tackles a game, a tackling machine for the Wildcats. And that leads us to Zach Gray, the Tigers' defensive leader and captain, in Imperial, a player that did all what was asked on both sides of the ball. He also led the Tigers in tackles.
The Southwest Eagles' Enrique Cervantes, the junior middle linebacker, was the Eagles' rock and one of the toughest kids head coach John Haynes says he's ever coached. We like tough guys, Cole.
We sure do. And here's another one. Seth Shaw, leader for the Tigers since his freshman year. Coach David Shaw's son, who patrolled the field as a safety and offensive weapon. Another do-it-all player. And the same can be said for Central Skylar Cook. We love this kid. He tied for the team lead in picks with 4. He's also committed to play at the next level. This New Mexico Lobos.
Rounding out the defensive team, Imperial's Joel Villacampos, a defensive stud for the Tigers, averaged just over 7 tackles a game, 2 picks, 3 sacks, 4 caused fumbles. There is your Imperial Valley defensive team.
Straight ahead, our big finale as we name our coaches of the year and players of the year.
We also bring in Luis Lopez and Vanessa Gongora as they share their top moments from the season. We're marching to the goal line. We'll be right back.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jacqueline Aguilar. Monday on Sunrise, more time in court for former President Trump's lawyers. A federal judge has rejected executive privilege claims in the Justice Department's investigation into the efforts to overturn the 2020 election, meaning they will have to testify again. Plus, the man who fired shots near Harvest Preparatory Academy Thursday will make his next court appearance Monday. Police say the 27-year-old fired a gun nearby and found him and arrested him before anyone was injured.
Paul Benzel has served the Yuma community for over 40 years. We don't take such immense support for granted, and that's why we genuinely care about ensuring a positive experience for every person who walks through our doors. We believe in no compromises, in perfection. We operate through a desire to serve people as best we possibly can, every day, with everyone, and make superb quality jewelry in the process. Paul Benzel, exceptional jewelry, outstanding service.
Exceptional Community Hospital Yuma is now open 24/7 to provide concierge care with private inpatient rooms that accommodate family members and emergency services that include an in-house lab, pharmacy, CT and X-ray imaging suites, and board-certified physicians with a short wait time. Exceptional accepts all private and government insurance. You deserve exceptional health care.
Come and see what everyone is talking about. If you're looking for a new car, truck, or SUV, then Imperial Valley GM is the place for you. Come and check out Imperial Valley's premier dealer for your vehicle service or your new ride. Browse one of the county's biggest inventories and choose from over 150 new vehicles. Great selection, great service, great prices, and great people who care about you. Serving South and Central California. Experience the difference at Imperial Valley GM. Visit IBGM.com.
When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
News 11 wants to enhance your beauty. We're giving away a free facial every Friday through December. To enter, go to KYMA.com's Play tab for a chance to win. Sponsored by Fountain of Youth Spa in Somerton.
It's back.
All right, guys, let's go. We got to get this, okay?
Friday
Night Lights. It's bigger and better than ever.
Catch all the highlights,
all the emotion,
all the plays, and all the score.
Every Friday night at 10:15.
This is Richard Stallworth.
This is Dion Quintana.
I'm Jerry Marquez.
This is Rocky Stallworth.
My name is Jackson Jones.
And this
is Friday Night Lights.
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights. I'm Scott Gross alongside my pulling guard, Cole Johnson.
There we go. Now we get to one of the most awaited awards of the night, final awards of the year, Coaches of the Year and the Players of the Year. And we start in the Imperial Valley. And our Imperial Valley Coach of the Year, wait for it, goes to Palo Verde's Wally Grant and the Yellow Jacket staff. Palo Verde winning their second consecutive CIF San Diego Section Championship this year. They've rattled off 13 wins in a row this season. They've knocked off the top 3 seeds in the playoffs, a number 7 seed. Congrats to Palo Verde head coach Wally Grant and the entire staff. And here's our Imperial Valley Coach of the Year.
Now to our Yuma Coach of the Year, and what a job by Yuma Criminals third-year head coach Bo Seibel. The Criminals won 7 games in the season for the first time since 1993. Had the program's first winning season since 2009. Just a fantastic turnaround for the Criminals. He treated his players like family, and they bought in. A band of brothers led by close to 24 seniors. Congrats to Yuma head coach Bo Seibel and his coaching staff. They are our Yuma Coach and Coaches of the Year.
And now we go to our Player of the Year award. We start in the Imperial Valley, and the congratulations are in order for Central's Charlie Sullivan. Who would have guessed? Charles in charge, just the combination of size and speed. Charlie's listed at 6'2" and 195, but runs like a deer and can drop the hammer. Sullivan rushed for over 1,300 yards and 19 touchdowns. He scored a total of 24 TDs on the season. He had nearly 1,600 combined yards, and he also played defense, where he played linebacker, one of the top tacklers as well. Congrats to Charlie and our Imperial Valley Player of the Year.
Now to the Yuma Player of the Year, Yuma Catholic senior quarterback Richard Stallworth. Richard broke the Arizona State all-time records for passing touchdowns and passing yards in a career, guided the Yuma Catholic Shamrocks to numerous state playoff wins, including 2 championship games. He said he'd trade the records in to win a state championship. The Rocks could not get it done this year. Richard walks away with some nice parting gifts, though, and we know the sky's the limit for him. Richard Stallworth, our Yuma Player of the Year. We now bring in Friday Night Lights, Luis Lopez and Vanessa Gongora.
Yeah, you've seen both. That is, you have both seen all the awards. And what are your guys' thoughts? Maybe some memories that stick out in your minds from this season overall.
First things first, let's start with Luis.
Yeah, guys, for me, I think the thing that really sticks in my mind from this season, and a season that's been full of great moments, is the Bell game. That was the one that really sticks out to me, especially the first one. I mean, some of the plays that Charlie Sullivan was able to make. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there. Cole, I know you were, but that was by far one of the craziest games I've ever seen, and the stakes were about as high as they could have been. It was hilarious. I remember a bunch of us were all here in the newsroom watching it on the Valley Sports Network. We were huddled around the computer. It was just such an incredible game, and for Central to be able to pull it off again with the stakes as high as they were was just incredible.
Yeah, guys, but what a ride it's been, right? I would like to highlight Palo Verde's first CIF playoff game against the Mount Miguel Matadors. Well, for one, I got a flat tire on the way, but I made it by halftime, and the Yellow Jackets were down, not for long, though, as senior Marcus Macon put on a show and made sure they got the win by scoring all 5 touchdowns, 4 of them rushing. And Macon, just an incredible running back with a stellar career. He's so close to breaking the great Reggie Bush's high school rushing record, set at 4,925. Macon only needs 11 more yards to go, and most likely will get that done tonight in the CIF State semifinals. So good luck to Palo Verde tonight, and it's been a pleasure covering all Yuma and Imperial County teams.
Very good.
Right.
It's been a pleasure covering all the teams this year.
Yes.
Thank you so much to Luis, Vanessa, all the coaches, all the fans out there for watching. This has been another year of Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, so glad to have you guys with us all year. For Vanessa, Luis, Scott, it's been a pleasure, you guys, and for you guys watching at home, have a great time, and go Yellow Jackets tonight.